This is Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Welcome to Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Crimson Tide. This place is charged up and ready for a big game today. And a game like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, there's history and tradition, but right here, right now, there is tremendous intensity and bitterness on this field. You can feel it as we see the number 15 team in the country, LSU Tigers, taking on the second-ranked team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Alabama will kick it off to get us underway. That one goes out of bounds, a less than ideal beginning to this game. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards. Well, the last meeting, one of those moments that LSU fans will never forget. The Tigers pulling out a nail-biter over the top.
Yeah, I think last time they met, LSU might have surprised Alabama. Alabama was embarrassed to lose that football game. They've had a chance to be able to get their team ready and get them more focused this time around.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. It's 3rd and 6, a challenging spot here on the opening drive. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Slangs the quick throw. And this offense picks up the first down. They tackle him at the 44.
That's exactly what you want to see here from this offense. A big third down conversion. Offensive line did their job, giving the quarterback enough time. Great read, good execution, throws the ball accurately. And now you got some momentum going here on this opening drive.
It's a shotgun run call. Tackle made, but the game moves the ball to 30.
Chris, it feels good to see an LSU team be able to run the football when you know they're going to run it. I mean, they've been doing that forever. Going all the way back to Jacob Hester and Kevin Falk. His ability to run the ball and catch out of the backfield. Leonard Fournette. And, of course, Clyde Edwards-Helaire on that great 2019 team. And now, LSU stable of backs again on this roster, too.
Second down after that run on the previous play.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And this big crowd doing everything possible to inspire this defense down here near the goal line. Receiver makes the catch. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now. And off inside, looking for the touchdown. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. Extra point try coming now. Wow, the PAT is no good. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he's tackled just short of the 25. first down here for this offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick completion to the tight end. That's the tight end flexed out into the slot, looking for a matchup there.
Well, it is a matchup because he has the size where he's very difficult to be able to match up for a safety. And he's got the speed to be able to outrun a linebacker. That's why they like to flex him out like that and be able to pick up.
Football comes out. It's a turnover.
Well, anytime the quarterback takes off and improvises, there's always the risk that the ball goes on the ground. He does a nice job of going off script, trying to create to make something, anything happen, but he doesn't take care of the ball, and the defense does a nice job of swatting the ball away.
The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here.
Timeout, LSU.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Oh, here comes the reverse. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. The offense now operating in empty. Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up third down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. He's hit as he throws it. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
Well, this is what separates the men from the boys right here. This quarterback knows he's going to get hit, does a good job of staying laser focused on his target, and as he throws that ball, he gets annihilated, but big positive yards because of that determination by the quarterback.
Trying to create outside the pocket now. And the tackle is made. The defense saying, not this time. They got burned in the scramble last time and bring him down pretty quickly here. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Handoff here from the shotgun. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. So here we go, third down. Defense needs a stop here. Try to force a field goal attempt. They'll try the option play here. They'll toss it to the back. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a first and goal for this offense.
And that's good, tough running here on this third down by the back. The defense was locked in on stopping the run, but kudos to this running back for navigating where that hole was and hitting it hard for the yards he needed.
Keep it on the ground on first and goal. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
As a defensive coordinator, you've got to be careful being so worried about this pass game and this quarterback that you're a little bit soft up front and it costs you. It's exactly what happened here as they score this touchdown.
Now they'll empty the backfield on this two-point conversion. And he'll make it into the end zone to increase the lead even more. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
LSU 14, Alabama 0.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Last possession, they fumbled it away, and it set up a touchdown drive. And they bounce back from that right away. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He'll take a deep shot here. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Not much on the return there, but a great interception to give the offense the football at the 42.
Well, when you play cover 3, you leave your corners essentially on an island downfield. Love how the corner does a nice job of being able to stay in position, stalk the receiver, and locate the ball for that interception.
First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. He's got it for a big gain. An explosive play, moves the ball across midfield and spot it at the 38.
Chris, is it possible to be DBU and wide receiver U at the same time? I think the LSU fans think it's possible. They always seem to have great defensive backs, and they always have pass catchers that just show up and show out week after week, year after year.
Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. Hand off to the single back. And we're able to tackle the ball carrier there. The game goes back to 1895, Kirk, but as you know, it's begun to pick up intensity, this rivalry, because they are always in each other's way in the SEC.
Yeah, this rivalry doesn't necessarily have the history, even though it does go back to 1895. But you're right. Things seem to change when the SEC split East and West. It became a battle about who would represent the West, the winner typically between Alabama and LSU. It seems like every year from that point on, it's a game we all point to before the season even starts.
4th down and 2 coming up as they try to keep the drive going. Now the handoff. Oh, they stopped him short. What a 4th down play, and they will take over on downs now.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did.
Looking to throw it on 1st down. Makes the catch. He'll be taken down, but he crosses midfield at the 48. The tackle made, but the sophomore quarterback showing us the arm strength.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua. Really gives this offense edge to it.
Quarterback making some changes at the line. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. He's got some room and some blockers here. Touchdown, Tigers. Wow, what a play, a defensive score. And a pick 6, a monster play by this defense here, Kurt.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball. Some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
Alabama, 0.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid coverage there. They get it at the 15. That's where the offense will take over.
Alabama, 1st and 10 will take over. 1st and 10.
Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Let's see if they can bounce back from that costly mistake last time, a pick 6. And it's incomplete, just out of reach. Too much on that throw. 2nd and 10 here. From the shotgun, drops back. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
On third down, he drops to throw. Receiver makes the grab. Breaks loose at the 45. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion.
Boy, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, a nice accurate throw. But I think it's the run after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. Tackle made after the completion.
That's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback safety blanket.
Looking to chuck it again. Bringing pressure. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. And they finally make the stop, but that's a huge gain in the scramble. He found some space and just went for it.
And it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. Running out of time in the pocket. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. Fumble recovered by the defense going the other way. Oh, and he's free down the left side. Can they run him down? Touchdown, LSU. And the defense joins the party with a score. That's a scoop and score. Defense making a monster play there.
Well, his eyes must have gotten so big when he saw that ball pop out on it, and instead of doing it the more conservative way and just falling on it, he decides to take it to the house for a touchdown, something he'll remember for the rest of his career.
Now, looks like the head coach made a smart move in that challenge. Officials are going to overturn their previous ruling after getting a look at that replay. Alabama has now moved into the red zone. Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. And he throws his 3rd interception of the day. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
1st down here. The offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Keeping it on the ground here. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Using his legs here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the football there on 3rd down. Are you serious? The offense going for it inside their own 30. Looking for his big tight end. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the 1st down. And that will pick up a 1st down. They'll spot it at 38. Wideout's now clustered. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. The ball is loose. And the defense jumps on the football.
Being upset at the ball carrier for coughing up the ball, but let's not ignore how big of a hit that was. Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defender for making a great play.
So they take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn that ruling on the field. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back. Lets it fly to the wideout. Catch is made down the middle. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? Their own defense. Man, when I played, I used to have defensive guys come down and tell me when we'd have a long drive how much...
It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. And he steps out of bounds, but a crucial takeaway. Great play by this defense.
What a great job here by the safety to anticipate where the quarterback was going to go with the football. That gave him enough time to be able to get over and break on the football in time for the interception.
Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup at intermission. But in the meantime, let's see if they can get some momentum going. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. The pocket breaking down. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack. Alabama comes up to the line quickly.
Brings up second down.
Looking to pass here on second down. He eludes the rush. Looking for a deep completion. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama. And we'll set up for the PAT.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
Point after is good. They're down 14 now, 21-7. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. Returner looking to create better field position. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
LSU offense will take over. First and
10. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down. Here comes the up-tempo offense. And the QB will try again on second and 10. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
There's a nice sack by this defense, something that they've been looking for. They've been on their heels most of this football game. That time they were able to get after the quarterback and bring him down. Let's see if that can provide a bit of a spark, see if they can get a little bit of momentum going their way.
Makes the throw across the middle of the field. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up fourth down. Here's a serious gamble, folks. Coach going for it, backed up near his own end zone. And the offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half. Team makes its way onto the field. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Time running out here in the first half. Wouldn't expect them to be too aggressive in this position. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
They look to throw it here on second down. Escapes the sack. On the run, going to heave it downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just one or two plays here before halftime. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. And he'll set up to throw. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And now they'll set up for the point after. PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And it's a squib kick taken by one of the up men. They bring him down at the 41. The return team does a solid job there. One more play before they head to the locker room. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Fired into a tight window and picked off. And he's got some open field ahead. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Tide. And the defense gets involved, scoring a touchdown to suddenly tie this football game.
Just getting a couple turnovers from your defense is really all you can expect. But to be able to get 6 points from them in addition is above and beyond. They get their 6 points, and now they're really thinking about winning this game.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Going for a big play downfield. The catch is made for a huge pickup. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
One play moves the ball to the 45. It'll be first down. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Works his way inside the 10. Tackle is finally made, but not before it's a huge gain down to the 25.
I really love the way more and more offenses are using the receiver in motion pre-snap. Give him a chance to get the football with a couple of blockers in front of him. He's got all that speed built up. You get the ball in his hands, and you better look.
And he'll loft it to the end zone. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Back to throw again. The pass rush, and the ball to the ground. Looks like the defense has it.
That's a great play by the defender who forced the fumble, but let's also recognize the heads-up play from the guy who recovered it. They were in the right place, just the right time.
And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick six in the last possession. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Solid run, moves the ball out across the 20 to 21. Getting set. Here's second down. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Tackle made after a solid gain. They'll spot the ball at the 31.
How about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
That run picks up first down yardage, a fresh set of downs for this offense. And there's the handoff. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
Crucial third down play coming up. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Hit as he releases it, and the pass falls incomplete.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, third and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this fourth and short.
Check this out. Offense going for it inside their own 40. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. And he can't connect. The gamble doesn't pay off.
Well, I think they're going to end up regretting going for this one, Chris. I wouldn't have gone for it. What's wrong with punting it away? Again, I get being aggressive, but you got to be smart on when to go for it and when to punt.
Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They moved it well last time. Got across the 50, but then fumbled the football away. First down. Looking to throw the football. Lets it go quickly. And it's complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
You know, Chris, if we would have told Bear Bryant that Alabama will have a wide receiver that won a Heisman in recent years, I don't think he would have believed us. But that's where we are. They've been some great ones in the past, and we're seeing some great-looking receivers on this unit right now.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The pickup is 5 yards, so it's second down and 5. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. He breaks free. He escapes one man, but he'll be swallowed up in the play and taken down. Well within field goal range now, but they're hoping for more as they line up here on third down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. He flips it to the back across the middle. They've got him, but that completion good enough for first down yardage.
Now that's what I call coming through for your team in a pressure situation. Great read, got the ball where it needed to go, and now you're set up to get 6.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a designed run. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Coming up, second down and goal. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Looking to throw. It's Ford. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Well, the defense does a good job of pressuring the quarterback, but really impressed with the quarterback's effort. Not only does he pull out of that, but he's able to get back close to the line of scrimmage.
The offense facing a third and goal from a long way away. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Touchdown, Bama. Will come all the way back to claim the lead.
Great job here by the play caller going to that 5 wide receiver set. You put all these guys out in space and create one-on-one matchups. It's very tough on this defense to try to win all the matchups and give the quarterback credit for being able to find where he wanted to go to be able to come up with that touchdown.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid coverage here. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
And Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. Remember last time, they were for it on fourth down and got stopped, and the opponent went right down the field. See if they can recover from that here. Fights off a defender. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back, showing great patience. The hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
And then first down, right back to the running game. Tackle made after just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just wanting to battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And he's wrapped up short of the marker there as the time runs down here in the third quarter. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Play moves the ball to about the 45. That's good for a first down.
Well, that shows you the trust they have in their offensive line in this running game. To get to a third down, just trying to come up with a way to be able to keep this drive alive, keep hope alive that you can come back in this game. You rely on old reliable with that offensive line, and they come through for you.
Defense is coming after him. And it's incomplete. Even in a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. He's stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. Third down coming up after that running play. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. And he's down right there, but it's enough for a first down. Offense in hurry-up mode.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
This could be a dramatic finish, marching toward a tying touchdown. It's first and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. He's escaping the pocket now. The QB throws his third pick of the day. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
Here's the second down play. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. Escapes the pocket. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout.
How about this by the quarterback? He takes a negative play and turns it into positive yards and slides down before taking a big shot. It's an excellent job of getting down to avoid that big hit.
So from the 28-yard line, it's a third and manageable here. A bullet, but it's incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Boy, a questionable call there on 3rd down. I know they don't convert, but why not run the ball? Moving, especially working with the lead in the 4th quarter. Now you got a big decision here on 4th down and short.
Rolling the dice a bit. Up 1 possession and going for it on 4th down. They're going to run the option. He'll pitch it. And some room to work now. Tackled, but not before picking up big yards and a 1st down. Defense couldn't stop the option that time.
I can't believe the call here by this offense. A lot of teams, they're not going to keep it on the ground in this situation. 4th and 1, 4th and inches is one thing. But they needed more than that here, and they line up and hit this defense right in the mouth and pick up a 1st down. Give a lot of credit to the big boys up front for making that happen. When you talk about confidence booster going forward.
And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Ball handed off. They bring him down to the 25. They're moving closer and closer to the red zone.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Alabama now operating in the red zone. And here's the handoff. Good enough for 1st down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
On the play. 2nd down.
The offense has done well to chew some clock here. Now they'll come up on 2nd down. It's a quarterback keeper. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. This will be the 10th play of the drive, but it's 3rd and long. The ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Well, they don't block the defensive end. It shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
knocks that one right through. And they add to their lead.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And the kick is a squib kick, taken by one of the up men. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Fortunate to avoid the turnover there.
Oh, my gosh. They almost came up with another interception. They had a pick on the last drive. They're doing such a good job of baiting this quarterback into throwing the ball into coverage and then making a play on the ball. Let's see if they can keep this going.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Extending the play now. Slides to avoid the big hit. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. Wow, that is interception number 4 today for this QB. And he's just going to go down as the time runs out in this ballgame.